Hello, everyone. We got Tyler Johnson with us, and we're going to use the raise hand feature to ask a question. So if you have a question, please click that button. Our first question goes to Trevor.
Hey, Tyler, thank you for doing this. Just so your conversion to defensive end, the coaches felt previously that you were one of the team's best pass rushers overall, so now you're going to be able to go at tackles and sort of play with your hand in the dirt. Do you feel like this is a better fit for you in this scheme, and what are your thoughts overall just on this transition?
As of right now, just going based off of like last year in our defense where we were running with a 3-3, and or 3-4 or so, and I was basically blitzing almost every play anyway, where it was either tackles or guards or stuff like that. So changing the defense to a 4-3 and having my hand in the ground all the time and being able to work consistently at pass rushing, it's a good fit for me. It's a good thing that we're doing right now.
Jacob.
Hey, Tyler. Yesterday, Marvin Lewis was talking about how you and him had developed a pretty close bond over the last several months, and that the two of you had some conversations that maybe weren't really related to football, but they really helped you get into a better mind space with the game itself. How much did that help you? Kind of what did you guys talk about, and what does your relationship with Marvin mean to you?
Honestly, it means a lot because a lot of people don't know this, but he actually had my dad when he was coaching with the Steelers, and they actually played in the Super Bowl here at ASU in '96, I believe. So based off of that alone, it's pretty unique, and I cherish it because I'm able to go to him and ask him certain questions about the game and, ask him, we talk about little stories and such, but mostly about football and a lot of key things that either he taught my dad or I ask him certain things to work on during practice, whether it be hands, feet, stuff like that. So his word means a lot, and I cherish all of the information that he gives me.
Michelle?
Hi, Tyler. Was just curious at what point you decided to come back, because when we talked to you at the Sun Bowl, the injuries had taken their toll and you were really beat up. And at what point did you say, you know what, I want to come back?
Yeah, I knew that question was going to come. It was around, I think it was practice 7 of spring ball this year. I talked to a lot of guys who were at the next level, and they were giving me a lot of information, telling me that it's not too late to go back. Basically they were telling me I was making a mistake. They got me to see the bigger picture. I sat down, talked about it. I talked to a couple of the coaches on the staff. I kept in touch with Coach Pierce throughout the time I was gone. And again, I came in, talked to Coach Herm. We sat down and we got a lot of stuff off our chest and talked about certain things I won't mention. But after that talk, he let me come back, which I'm very, very grateful for. And I've been working ever since and keeping my head down and chugging along.
Are you healthy now?
I'm healthy. I'm good. I'm 100%. I'm good.
Cam?
Hey, Tyler, thanks again for doing this today. Hope everything is going well. Just curious, how set were you? Like, were you dead set on, hey, this is it, no more football before those spring practices where you started changing your mind?
Yeah, I was honestly, I was dead set. I ended up getting a job. I was working basically a 9 to 5. I was getting up in the morning, going to work, coming home. I was dead set. So it's kind of crazy how, over time things change drastically. And I'm very, very, like I said, I'm very grateful. Coach Herm, allowed me to come back and finish what I started basically, because I do graduate this semester. So if I can finish out football in school, be on a good note, it'll be good.
And then a quick follow-up, if you don't mind. What job were you doing? And then how old were you for that Super Bowl?
You said how old was I?
Yeah. Were you when your dad was in the Super Bowl?
Oh, I wasn't born yet.
Oh, that's what I thought. And then what job were you working at?
I can't talk about it.
Trevor?
Tyler, so just going back to some of your adjustments to playing, and we saw that you had added a lot of weight. What kind of things have you done physically and also technique-wise to get ready for playing for it?
Working with Coach Rod, technique-wise, it's been a big change where with Coach Rod, we're working a lot on hands and feet. So with me gaining a little bit more weight, I got to I got to use it and move it right. So that's been a challenge recently, but it's getting done though. It is getting done. Gaining the weight part was not necessarily something I was purposely doing. So I'm trying to cut down right now just a little bit more. But other than that, it's been good.
Jacob.
You mentioned how right now you're trying to cut back down. Where do you feel like the ideal weight for you to play is, and kind of how do you feel about the position transition, and what do you think it allows you to do in this defense?
It allows me to, being on DN, it allows me to do a lot at defensive end, especially with the stuff we got going on as far as plays. With the weight, I would love to get back down to about 265 or under where I was at linebacker last year, because I feel more lighter on my feet. And I feel like I can get my feet in the ground quicker and keep moving faster. So that's my goal right now.
Cole.
Hey, Tyler. So obviously we talked about your body went through a lot last season. I was just wondering if you have made any changes to your routines and if you and the coaching staff have a plan to keep yourself healthy this season.
It's keeping myself healthy is more on me. It's a personal thing for almost anybody, with treatment, with drinking water all the time, stretching, staying in shape, and, running, with being in the gym, with being in the weight room with Coach Joe. So for me, I've changed my diet a lot. I cut out a lot of things. I'm doing more cardio. I'm doing, just ice baths all the time at home. So it's more of a personal thing for me to keep myself healthy, and I got to take it more serious. That's where I messed up a little bit last.
Just as a follow-up, what sort of changes have you made to your diet that you've seen, hopefully that will take care of you this season?
Oh, I cut out a lot of bread. Was a lot of starch stuff, a lot of stuff with a lot of calories. I focus on my calories a lot right now.
Michelle.
What is your Coach Rod wasn't here obviously last year. Tell me about your relationship with him and what it's like to play for him.
It's unique, because he comes from the NFL. Like he's fresh out of the NFL. He's coaching us what he was coaching the guys at Minnesota. He shows us a lot of film. We go back and forth from our practice to the practices that he was doing in the NFL and showing us, the stuff works, stuff like that. So it's been very crazy to see, the stuff we work on all the time, like these NFL guys do that he had, and seeing it work in practice. And it's like, okay, well, if we can do this at the college level, that'd be something dangerous.
Jacob.
Tyler, I just want to circle back real quick to one of the comments you made about your relationship with Marvin a couple minutes ago, and that was that you feel like he's somebody who was really helpful for you just in terms of being able to feel good and to kind of know that you had somebody who had your back. How valuable is it for you, and how much of a difference did it make for you emotionally to kind of find that person on the ASU staff? What did it do to you to have that kind of support system?
It's not necessarily something that's like don't get me wrong. He still gets on me when I do stuff wrong. I still get chewing sometimes and stuff like that. But it's never, you can't never take it personal. So when it's all constructive criticism from all the coaches, really. So with him, I just take it as him being, another coach. We do have that side, small relationship, but I can't really bring that into the building all the time. So I have to see him as a coach. He's coaching me. He's teaching me. He's a teacher. I have to perform.
2 more questions. Cam.
Tyler, just curious, just how happy are you with your decision, and how content are you with being back on the grass and playing football once again?
I'm very happy, honestly. I had a big reality check, like I said. It was a big mistake, leaving in the beginning, but glad Coach Herm, we have that talk. I'm back. A lot of the teammates, they welcomed me back. They kept telling me that with our new defense, it was going to be something crazy, and we're going to see something good this season. So it's been amazing. I've been cherishing it. I'm blessed.
All right, last question, Gabe.
Tyler, in your move to defensive end and the changes in practice, who are the guys on the roster that you're kind of picking their brains and asking for tips as you get more comfortable at the position yourself?
As far as players or coaches?
Players.
Players, we pick each other's brains all the time, you know, especially with the veterans, with like DJ and Lole and Michael Matus and stuff like that. We pick on each other all the time. We do go and talk to the freshmen and ask them like, hey, what do you do on this? What do you do on that? What's your job here? What if the, you know, tight end shifts over? So we help each other a lot. You know, we don't want anybody to be high and dry and left out. So we make sure we're all good.